have a genuine question for some wrestling fans. When did we stop applying the same standard? Because I remember not too long ago, I was hearing a lot of WWE fans saying that Jade Cargill wasn't defending her championship simply because WWE didn't trust her with it. I've seen comment after comment saying that she's green, she can't wrestle, and that was the reason why she wasn't defending her title. So explain this to me. Liv Morgan has officially gone over 100 days with 0 title defenses. Not 1 or 2, 0. And somehow the conversation surrounding that feels completely different. And before anybody tries to twist my words, this is not an attack on Liv Morgan. Liv does not decide when championships are defended. WWE does. Just like how Jade didn't book her own title reign. That's exactly my point. While I get into Jade's title reign, I want to make something clear that doesn't get talked about a lot. The story WWE appeared to be telling when it comes to Jade Cargill was that when it came to her title defenses, just anybody wasn't able to get a chance at the title. It was something that had to be earned. The idea was that anytime Jade defended her title, it wasn't supposed to just feel like a random defense. It was supposed to feel like a major event. But something interesting started to turn along the way. Now, as the discourse online is changing into Jade is not defending her title because she cannot wrestle, and those are completely different narratives. In comes the Rhea storyline. During the feud, we start to see Rhea leaning more into the online criticism of Jade that was happening at the time. She says things in her promo like, "You are all talk," and I'll say this part verbatim. "My body is built for wrestling. Yours is built for show. You work out so that you're more aesthetically pleasing. I work out so my body can survive and thrive in this business." Whether you thought it was a great promo or not, what it did do is reinforce the idea that's already going on online. So the conversation shifted from, why isn't Jade defending her title, to maybe she's not defending her title because she can't wrestle. Again, those are 2 completely different narratives. So when it comes to Jade's media interviews that she was having during this time, she was actually leaning into saying, I wish I can defend my title more. I want to fight more. Now we can move on to Liv. As conversation started to ramp up, as Liv was having 0 title defenses, her response was pretty interesting. She actually went ahead and joked about not having any title defenses in the 100 days. And she said, I quote, "If you're this iconic, you don't have to defend shit.
I'm that iconic, you don't need to defend shit."
Now I want you to imagine something with me. What do you think the response would have been if Jade said that? Do you think the internet would have laughed with her? Or do you think that they would have called her arrogant and used it as proof of, again, why she doesn't deserve the title? When Jade didn't defend her title, the booking became proof that she can't wrestle. They criticized Jade. But now Liv goes over 100 days without defending her title, and now we're saving it for SummerSlam. This is a booking issue. Look at Roman Reigns. He's not defending his title either. Jade came out and said, I want to defend my title more, but still, she was being blamed for the booking. The narrative still stuck that Jade isn't getting booked to defend her title because she doesn't know how to wrestle. Therefore, she shouldn't have the championship anyways. That's the part that fascinates me the most. I hear a lot of people say consistency, consistency. But do we only want consistency when it benefits our favorite wrestler? Or do we disregard it when it's a wrestler that we don't like? If title defenses is a determining factor on who's a good champion and not, it should be like that across the board. If a lack of title defenses means that WWE doesn't trust that champion, that should be applied across the board. If we're going to criticize one reign and blame that wrestler, we have to criticize that other wrestler and blame that wrestler, because why? It's the exact same circumstances. And this is why I spend so much of my time studying and talking about headlines. Look at this. One reads, Jade blasted for not defending her WWE championship. Whereas this one reads, the real reason Liv isn't defending her WWE's championship. Same topic, completely different framing. One headline invites criticism, the other headline invites understanding. That's why I always say, pay attention to headlines, pay attention to the language, pay attention to what's being repeated. Because over time, those things will start to shape how we see people. Because sometimes the double standard isn't the booking, it's the conversations that surround the booking. This is why I call this the mirror. Because the mirror doesn't tell you who your favorite wrestler is. The mirror simply asks, would you be saying the exact same thing if somebody else was holding that championship? That's where the bias starts to reveal itself. And before somebody tries to say, well, Liv defended her title at European live shows, that may be true, but that was not the standard in the conversation surrounding Jade. It was about the televised title defenses. In closing, I'm not saying that wrestlers in general are above critique. Every champion should be open to criticism. My issue was never the criticism. My issue is the inconsistency. Because once fans start to move the goalposts depending on who is the champion, it stops being about wrestling. It starts becoming about narratives. It starts becoming about favoritism. And that's the conversation I think we should be having.